So from our user interface, I saw that we should put a hint in here, and according to our book on page 208, it says that we should say enter keywords or ISBN. So let's go and put this here, enter. Alright, so now let's see how this looks on our computer. If we go and look at this, enter keywords or ISBN. Perfect. Alright, so we've got no click events here because nothing is hooked up. So let's set up the behavior. And that's going to be pretty straightforward for us. What we need to do is go into the blocks editor, and we'll start working with the click event. The keyword search button click event is what we'll do first. And what we're going to do is use TinyWebDB to get a value. We'll put this here, and what value we're going to get? Well, we're going to use the value in the search box. So let's get the text out of here, search box text, put this in here, and what this will do, TinyWebDB, you recall, does not get a value back immediately. It sends the value out to the internet, and then it has a responding event, which is got value. So if we go down here, and we just say, hey, if we've gotten a value that's a list, then we know we got data that we wanted. So let's go and grab this and say if is a list, come down here, you probably know where these are now, is a list, and what value? Well, not the tag, of course, we want the actual value from WebDB. So if we go and put this here, if it's a list, then what we want to do is show it in our results label. So if we go to results label and we set the text, then we'll just copy this, and let's see how that actually looks on our screen. So this is keywords. So we come back and we go and type a value in. Let's do dogs again because we know what that looks like. I hit keyword search. Now let's see what happens. Keyword search. And we have no reply. What's going on? Can anybody guess? We just hooked it up. It says quite clearly here that it gets a value, and then when it gets a value back, it should work. And we just looked at the Amazon API, and we see that if we type in dogs and hit get value, we get this. Oops, sorry, I hit 3 times. Dogs, then click get value. We get a result back, but when we do it here, we don't. Why is that? Well, the secret is right here. We did not set in our designer TinyWebDB. Look, it uses the App Inventor default URL, right, which is http:/API App Inventor blah 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 appspot.com. But if we go and paste this in instead, let's see how it works now. We go back to the blocks, nothing's changed. We come over here, this is all starting up again. Now let's see if we type in dogs. Now I click the keyword search button. Ta-da! We got exactly the values that we got here. Dog, dogs, inside of a dog, dog, dogs, inside of a dog, devoted 38, devoted 38. There you go. So we've got the right data. This is good. This is exactly what we want to have happen. So you have to remember when you're calling or using TinyWebDB to call an API, you have to be sure to set the service URL. Otherwise, it's going to go to the default one, and really what it was asking for was a tag value pair, like somebody had stored data when we used the make quiz take quiz test. Remember? So it's the same kind of tool, but we're using it a different way. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is set up the ISBN search button. And that's going to be really easy as well, except we're going to make a little bit of a change to the way that it works or it's very similar to the way the search button works, but it's going to be just a little different. And actually, if you use this exact same call, it'll work just the same for us. But you'll see that in a second. You go ISBN button, and we go and we grab the click, and we just do this. If we did this, this would work just as well, and I'll show you in a minute. That'll be the next screencast.